For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be internet famous. When I was a kid, I'd listen to all my favourite YouTubers on the wireless, by which I mean the radio. There was no such thing as Wi-Fi in them days. And I dreamed of one day becoming as crazy internet famous as them. My father, he did not approve.
No, Benjamin. No, no, no. The internet is for little boys with twisted minds and dirty hands. Do you hear? There shall be no interneting under my roof.
But, Dad...
But nothing! Some children are allergic to the internet, you know. It makes their noses itch.
Maybe I'm not allergic. I could try a piece.
Really? But why take a chance?
I just want to make videos on YouTube.
YouTube? Benjamin Albert Severus Cook. YouTube isn't for people like you and me. It's mostly just babies and cats, and don't you ever forget it. Now go outside and play in the mud like any normal boy.
Dad!
In the mud!
That night, I packed all of my belongings into a suitcase. Little did my father know, I was planning to run away from home.
Not planning on running away, are you?
No?
Run away and become internet famous. I got as far as the back garden.
Hello, welcome back. And it's been quite a week. Last Sunday, Becoming YouTube was trending on Twitter. That's mental. And have you seen the video responses to last week's Becoming YouTube? Go and look. Just brilliant. Thousands of comments and death threats and messages and death threats and comments. Comments like, "Oh my god!" and "This is one of the best things I've seen on YouTube ever! You rock!" and "Hey, you'd look better with blue hair, just saying," and "Charlie is so handsome, I just can't," and "This is practically heaven in a video for YouTube fangirls," and "This is like when Disney made that episode with Hannah Montana, Raven, Zach, and Cody," and "Alex Day looks a lot like a mushroom in this." Cody. Anyway, thanks for engaging. It's good to know there's someone out there watching, and that's what this week's video is about, really. The people who watch YouTube videos and how to satisfy them. The unique relationship between a YouTuber and their audience.
There are lots and lots of people watching my stuff, but when the people actually do sit down and watch my videos, I mean, I watch YouTube videos as much as anyone else. When I sit down and watch YouTube videos, it's always, nearly always, unless I'm showing someone else, it's just me sitting in front of a computer and that's it.
I often get kind of moments where I'm thinking, who's actually going to end up watching this? Because I like kind of thinking that it's just a one-on-one experience, because it is just one person watching that video and it's me talking to that one person. But of course, when you look at the view count, it's sort of like 70,000 people have watched it within the first day, and you think that's a big audience.
I see it more as kind of a chat with a friend, but then they don't say anything, which is, I like that. I just get to talk at this friend and they don't get to have an opinion until much later.
I'm always conscious of the people who are watching my videos, not in a sort of, foreboding, look at all of these people in front of me kind of way, but it's more on an individual basis.
That's what I tend to do, is just think about the individual watching my stuff rather than the mass of people that might be.
I don't know, it's quite intimate. That's how I get off. You're not going to keep any of this in, are you? You're just like,
Every time I turn a camera on myself, I feel like a dick. I just feel like such an idiot. It's such a strange thing to do. I've written in the past, and to sit and put pen to paper, that's very therapeutic. But somehow turning a camera on myself is so much different. I get nervous. I start to shake. I'm a little nervous now even doing this. Even when I'm alone in my room with a camera, I'm nervous.
It's just kind of become quite normal for me now. I mean, I've done it for like 4 years. In fact, situations like this where I'm speaking to you instead of speaking directly into the camera, this is more weird for me because I keep on wanting to look into the camera but knowing that I'm not necessarily meant to.
Lex is right. YouTube is intimate. Whereas TV is that box in the corner of the room which we gather around sometimes and bask in its warm, idiotic glow. When you watch YouTube on a computer, you're literally so much closer to the screen. You can watch YouTube on your laptop or your tablet or your smartphone or embed it on your Tumblr. Think about that. You can embed me talking to you right now on your mate's Facebook walls, right next to their burgeoning friendships, happy birthdays and photos of their nan and their dog and their high school graduation. We watch YouTube on the way to work or in the bath or in bed, and then we comment on it. If TV is a monologue, YouTube is a conversation. No wonder we think we know our favourite YouTubers as well as we do our own friends or families. When the delightfully whimsical Alex Day reads us a chapter of Twilight and we're sat there watching it in bed, it's like he's there with us. Same as if I was to read you some Twilight right now. Like, okay, I loved Phoenix. I loved the sun and the blistering heat. Well, I mean, that's bollocks. We're not told why Bella moves to Phoenix. Stephanie Meyer, if you're watching, you suck. And we get a description of Bella's mum, right? Bella says, my mum looks like me except with short hair and laugh lines. That's rubbish. We don't know what Bella looks like, do we? What a pointless description. This book is terrible.
Why must you always do this?
We exchanged a few more comments on the weather, which was wet, and that was pretty much it for conversation. What?
I'm trying to work.
But this is right up your street. I'm reading a very popular best-selling novel while criticising it out loud. You love this shit. That's Edward Cullen. He's gorgeous, of course, but don't waste your time. He doesn't date. Sounds like a right prick, doesn't he? Alex? Edward Cullen? What a knob!
Get out of my bed!
Don't be like that.
Charlie!
Right. Just get into a good bit as well.
And Ben?
Yep.
Put some clothes on.
Rule number 1. YouTubers lie. Inevitably, the versions of themselves that they present online, with a few exceptions, are quite different to the people that they are in real life. Take me, for instance. In real life, I'm actually quite happy. I'm never angry, I don't raise my voice, I'm never compared to either David Mitchell, Charlie Brooker, or, if you're American and think that everybody sounds like Russell Brand, and even this red hair's probably just a wig. So how much of themselves should YouTubers be prepared to share online?
I just share what I want to share, but I'm not fake in what I do. Some things I think should be kept.
Oh yeah, I mean I have certain things that I think it's none of the internet's business at all to know about, but obviously I'm really honest about the things that I do talk about because people like honesty.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like they have a more personal connection. It's just that I wouldn't say, hey, so when I was 17 I had a pretty risky night with a girl in... No.
It's really the risk you take. You're making these 3-minute bite-sized segments of who you are and you're uploading them to the internet, and you have to allow people to take from that what they will. You can give so much of yourself, but at the end of the day you're just a little face on the screen. It's never going to be the full you.
It is dangerous to share everything about yourself because then it opens a door for people just to
get too emotionally invested in stuff that's your personal business. Like relationships is always the worst thing, isn't it? There's so many YouTube relationships where it's just like awkward afterwards, so yeah.
To engage with an online audience, you don't have to be honest about everything, but I think you do have to be good at what you do. Some people would argue that you have to be good looking too. In last week's second channel video, I asked the YouTube Digerati whether it helps to be good looking if you want to make it big on YouTube. The general consensus amongst the successful good looking YouTubers was that whilst it helps, it certainly isn't necessary. Many of you lot, however, took to the comment section to disagree, and I still don't know who's right. When did you first become aware that many of the people who watch your videos fancy you?
I still don't feel like I am aware of that. Like, not in an objective sense. Like, I wouldn't be able to be like, okay, so I've got 460,000 subscribers, so probably 40,000 of them want to fuck me. Like, that's not a thing I can't process that as a thought. Do you know how many people 40,000 people is? To put that many people in a stadium and then put me in the middle and say, all of you want sex with me is mental.
Every now and again I'll just use it in as much as I'll like to make fun of it, just, and just assume that people, girls want to marry me or whatever and make a joke about that. But that's the way that I would use it, is just to kind of point at it and go, look at this, it's funny.
I didn't want to go for that thing where I'm just trying to pander to young girls. If anything, I wanted to pander more to boys. Ooh, that sounds odd. But not in a sexy way, just in I wanted to make them laugh, I wanted to appeal to their senses of humour.
I like the idea of just, I don't know, because I'm not very good in like clubs and stuff, like, you know, approaching strangers and stuff. Whereas YouTube, sometimes sexy people come to me, and that's cool, because then I'm like, I'm crab 6 on YouTube. So it kind of gives me like a head start.
Maybe I'm inspiring men, and then not wasting my time on that, you know, that floppy fringe pursuit of getting young girls to like me.
I think the only time we've ever sort of played our audience a slight bit is when we're messing with the how do you word it? I guess the homosexual undertones of our videos. Yes. That's the only time we've ever played with it.
Yeah. The reason why anybody does anything is because of sex all the time. So YouTube just kind of helps you along the way. I've not done anything with anyone, by the way. Actually, I might have done technically, but I won't go into that.
For now, the comments are enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the word of mouth about how attractive we are.
Yeah. Tidying me over for a bit. But if you gay it up, you get views. That's interesting.
My audience is like largely 13 to 17. So I imagine for a lot of people, it's not really them saying that they, you know, like that they're into me in a mature sense in a way that I could actually do something about it, but probably that they just like think I'm nice and want my face on a wall, and might want a bit of a cuddle. And, you know, you can't do anything legal with that, so... Good. Good question. Thank you.
In many ways, 2012 is the year that YouTube grew up, or grew self-aware. For every YouTuber making brave, new, exciting content, and there are plenty out there, there's a raft of YouTubers, probably young, probably male, probably, quite easy on the eye, who, and don't take this the wrong way, but tend to YouTube by numbers. They've read the YouTube rulebook, which may or may not be an actual thing, on how to get views, gain subs, and get girls to fancy them, etc. They know how to play the YouTube game. 101 cinnamon challenges uploaded every minute, all of us crying for the loss of innocence while grovelling for likes and views, and hey guys, buy my t-shirt. It's all a bit predictable. Then again, it works. The other week I met up with my YouTube friends Luke Cutforth, aka Luke is Not Sexy, and Jason V1I to attempt all of the things that YouTubers do to get views, all 31 of them we counted in the YouTube rulebook, in just 3 minutes. Here's how we got on.
Chubby bunny. The cinnamon challenge.
Oh god. Okay. Alright.
The chili challenge.
Fine. That's quite bad now.
That's made me forget about the cinnamon.
Milk.
Oh, I wish you the milk challenge whilst we're at it.
You're still speeding?
Yeah. Jelly challenge.
We've got to do all 3 in a minute.
What?
The chubby chili cinnamon challenge. The baby food challenge. The Dad's doorstep challenge.
Get a handful.
A handful? Oh god. Do we eat this?
Yes.
The very tasty donut challenge. The 120 chicken nuggets challenge.
Fuck off!
Super note. Video game playthrough with commentary.
He's going up. Hang on, I think he's going left. He's gone left!
No, he's going down!
Vlog.
Alright.
Angry vlog.
Alright.
Email vlog.
Alright.
Scared vlog.
Alright.
Vlog with tea.
Alright.
Invisible vlog. Super note again.
I win.
Purple man.
Alright.
Coney 2012.
Alright. No.
Animation.
Whoa, are we a cartoon?
I think we might be.
Cool.
It feels kind of funny.
Relax, you're just a drawing.
Oh god!
Second channel video filmed on iPhone.
Hey guys!
British boys do accents.
Howdy.
Alright. British boys do accents.
Alright.
Alright. British boys impersonate YouTubers.
Oh, cheeky.
My boyfriend/girlfriend does my makeup. My boyfriend/otter does my makeup.
Yeah, feel my tail, Ben.
Onesie.
Alright.
British boys open fan mail.
It's chocolate!
I don't think that's chocolate.
Naked bungee jump.
I haven't got a bungee.
This is awkward.
You have made this really awkward now, Jason.
You worked really hard in this segment, didn't you, man?
I did.
Ripping off other people's videos.
Alright.
Shut up.
When I interviewed Tom Scar, he said,
One thing you have to learn about the internet is there's a big difference between what's good and what's popular.
You see, I reckon the best YouTubers can be both. The smartest YouTubers recognise that an audience is as clever or as dumb as the content that it's presented with. If you give an audience enough credit, it figures out that not everything it sees on YouTube is for real, or when a thumbnail or video title is grossly misleading, or where the I like this or subscribe buttons are without it being pointed out to them in words of one syllable. Also, the smartest YouTubers, and by extension the smartest audiences, recognise that sometimes it's okay to be dumb. Now and then we all need to give our brains a rest and watch a boy with a fringe knock back a jar of cinnamon or list 5 things that he does in the bathtub. Just not all the time, yeah?
There's no golden rule book, so, you know, if... I mean, there's a lot of people that strongly dislike people that say, favourite this video if you've ever seen a cat and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
If you've ever used scissors.
Yes, I think that was an actual example from a Brittany Louise Taylor video.
Yeah, goodness knows, my fans are incredibly annoying. But I tell them so. Like, I don't do that thing where it's like, hey guys, I hope you like my video, don't forget to like, comment, which is typey, and subscribe, that's the button up there. I go, hey, you're stupid. Why haven't you figured this out? Buy my merch so I can buy a boat.
We do have a lot of fun reading some of the
comments that we get. Like
so funny.
It's mostly because we are friends with Tom Scar, and he gave some of his audience to us through promotion and stuff like that. And his audience are very young and obviously a bit
stupid. I don't care.
Summed it up there.
We love him though.
I've become fascinated by the fact that people take me so seriously. I'll say things like, oh, I'm being sponsored by Tic Tac now, and that's why I'm wearing this green and orange jacket. And people believe me. Or I've been cancelled by Fox, so this is my last video. And people just get into a frenzy. Why? That's mental.
I try to be very honest with my fans, and I think pandering to them makes them stupider, and you're not encouraging them to learn and develop.
I guess I'm sort of trying to teach people not to just to think about what they hear. Making really obvious lies is my way of doing that. Hopefully they'll kind of learn more. Actually, I should probably think about what Alex says more.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked, don't forget to click like, which is just below this little window here. That's click like.
If you want to see some more, make sure you click subscribe anywhere.
Always subscribe if you want to subscribe. That's a good advice.
It's good.
Also, if you're hungry and want to go to the kitchen and maybe see if there's anything in the fridge, if you want maybe a piece of toast, put the bread in the toaster, okay? Set it to about 5 or 6, and then just wait 2 minutes, and then you can eat said toast.
If you are ever feeling tired, make sure that you go to sleep. Very important, go to sleep.
And if you need a shit, then make sure you go to the toilet, pull down your trousers and your pants, okay? This is important, okay? Don't just pull down the trousers or you'll make a terrible, terrible mess.
Yeah, and if you're enjoying being alive, make sure that you remember to breathe. Breathe through your mouth or nose, breathe out through either your mouth or nose afterwards, and then continue doing that to stay alive.
Exactly. Don't just breathe in and in and in, or you'll sort of explode. And likewise, if you're breathing out, it'll just be like you're drowning in midair. So just to recap, remember to like, subscribe, breathe, and try not to shit yourselves.
And eat as well.
Definitely eat. Good?